All right, Rob, we're going to start it this way. The New England Patriots waylaid the New York Giants.
They what?
Last night.
What is that?
Smacked them around, shellacked them, destroyed them, crushed. Yeah, all that. 35-14. They're now 6-0. And I had to sit in my den this morning. And watch the likes of you absolutely rip the New England Patriots. I get it. They're not looking great. They're not looking like world beaters. But to say they're the worst 6-0 football team in NFL history? The nerve of you. The audacity. The unmitigated gall, as someone we know would say.
Exactly. We know that guy.
Rob
Stop
Parker.
it, Rob. Stop it. I'm not saying they're definitely winning the Super Bowl. I'm not saying they're one of the best teams we've ever seen this decade. But I'm saying they are not, by any stretch of the imagination, the worst 6-0 team we've ever seen.
And I'm going to tell you, I totally disagree. That garbage and the way that they've played, look at the last 3 weeks, all right? They beat, they got three, Tom Brady has 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games, all against god-awful Washington. Didn't get one against Buffalo. Didn't get one against the sad sack Giants. He lost 2 fumbles. He had 2 fumbles, lost 1, had a terrible interception. Yeah, I know he had 2 quarterback sneaks for 2 scores, but other than that, Tom Brady looked all of 42.
That.
I'm going to poo-poo it.
They're called touchdowns.
Whatever they were, but
They're
Tom
worth
Brady.
6 points.
And when you look at that offense and where it is, it's bad. Chris, you could. The degree of difficulty in the teams that they've beaten and beat up have been pathetic. That's why they are the worst 6-0 team I've ever seen in the NFL. I'm not impressed. They haven't beaten anybody, and the one game they had against Buffalo, right, with a good defense, they struggled. They were struggling. That's right. They struggled for 16
this morning.
I did do it on TV.
This morning.
Struggling.
And you did it the last night on the show too.
Struggling.
Get some new material.
They won that game 16-10 and barely got a win against Buffalo. That team is in jeopardy.
Buffalo.
And I'm gonna tell you,
act like Buffalo got a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
They got a chance to beat the Patriots in New England, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm more convinced than ever that the Patriots, you hear me? Is this on? That the Patriots will not, NOT, make the AFC Championship game, even though they're going to have a bye in the first round. All they got to do is win one home game, and then, boom, they're going to go to the AFC Championship game. They will lose. Tom Brady continues to play the way he's played. It was the first time in 11 years. You see my 2 fingers I'm holding up? They're not middle fingers. 11 years that Tom Brady hadn't thrown a touchdown and a home game in Foxborough. What?
That just shows how great he's been over the last 11 years.
But it tells you
Who
now
else has a string like
he's
that?
the Tin Man. He's going the other way. Watch him. If you think that's the same, that's the Tom Brady we saw in the Super Bowl where he threw for like 135 yards, no touchdowns, a pick, a fumble. That's the Tom Brady you're talking about. We saw him.
I will not let you sit here and talk out of both sides of your mouth.
I think I'm moving to Mexico.
Earlier this week, for all Tom Brady's shortcomings, and I'll give you, he does look like he's beginning to show his age without question. I'll admit it. But you, Mr. Tom Brady hater, the second biggest hater of the Patriots, that's by their estimations. I'm sorry, but it is.
I was
you were
bummed
second
out
to Max
Kellerman. Kellerman beat me out for the worst, right? The biggest hater.
Yes. So
how did I lose that?
But nonetheless, you sat here, Rob, And everybody heard it. And you can talk about him looking like the Tin Man. You can talk about the first time in 11 years, no touchdowns at home. You can poo-poo the quarterback sneaks for touchdowns. You can poo-poo the 300-plus yards passing. You can say he's a shell of himself. But you sat here yourself and said if you had to lace him up for one W, all the marbles, do or die, March Madness, wild card play-in game, you would select TB12. I will not let you talk out of both sides of your mouth.
I was forced into that commentary because of the terrible list that we got. And
list, every quarterback in the league was available.
No, I'm talking about on the list that we were looking at. So once Aaron Rodgers wasn't on it, I took it with a grain of salt. So I gave you what you wanted that night, and it happens once in a while.
You had a weak moment.
No, I did.
You gave in.
And I gave in.
The truth came out.
Okay, but I'm not buying it. If you look at Tom Brady right now, Chris, you don't feel that confident about him.
No, I will give you that. And the offense looks shabby. But you got to give me this. Where's Josh Gordon? Oh, he's banged up. Where's Philip Dorsett? Oh, he's banged up. Where's N'Keal Harry? Oh, he ain't even playing.
It's funny because
wait till they get some of the weapons back. The offensive line is horrendous. He's still throwing for 300-plus yards. I'll admit, he does look older. I'm giving you that.
But this is the part that kills me is that part of the Tom Brady narrative is that he does it with nothing. He doesn't have no all-pro receiver. He does it. It's unbelievable. They could take guys off the street, guys working at 7-Eleven, and Tom Brady. Now that he's not doing that, now it's the receiver's fault. When you want to build up his legacy and build him up, you talk about how he's done more with nothing. He's got nothing now, and now he's got nothing.
Yeah, you know why? Because he's 42. He could make mountains out of molehills when he was 32, when he was 37, when he was 40, even 41. But at some point, the age is coming in. And at 42 years old, you can't expect him to carry these Alliance of American Football receivers to great heights. And the fact of the matter is they're still 6-0.
How could you rip that league? It was around for 3 weeks, wasn't it?
Rob, here's the deal. Obviously, there's some truth to what you're saying in that they don't look very good. And their schedule has been Pollyannish. But here's where you're off. You've gone too far. Just don't promise to move to Mexico because this time they might hold you to it.
I might just, after the cruise in February, depending on how the Super Bowl turns out.
You might meet somebody on that Golden Girls cruise.
Exactly. And we might sail off into the Caribbean.
Here's the thing, Rob, and you will admit this. When you're looking at the AFC, I mean, my goodness. Yeah, the Patriots got their flaws. But Buffalo, full of, come on. Nice team, but they got flaws. Can't score. Baltimore, Cleveland, whoever wins that division has major flaws. You trusting Lamar Jackson in a playoff game? You trusting Baker Mayfield in a playoff game? Houston, Deshaun Watson's looking really good.
Maybe Deshaun Watson goes in there.
And you know that team, though. I mean, they're the team, and I think you would agree, you're going to have to see it to believe it with them in the playoffs. Because they'll win 11 games. Maybe 12. I don't know about 12. 11 games. But they'll probably be mincemeat in the playoffs. Kansas City, who I like. That's my pick. But let's face it. That defense is shoddy.
Porous, can you say that?
Porous. Perforate, whatever you want. I mean, it's full of holes. So that's my point, Rob. Like, I get it. The Patriots don't look that good. But are you that certain that any of those teams could beat them? And they probably won't meet Kansas City in the first or second round. Their first game. So to say they won't get to the championship game, I think That's where I think you've gone too far. And I had to call you out. You did it with Brady. I've gotten tweets, Rob, to not let you off the hook.
Is that right?
I've got Twitter Nation saying, do not, Chris, let him get away with this. Whether it's saying they're the worst 6-0 team in history or now it's killing Tom Brady after you chose him as your quarterback over Aaron Rodgers. So I'm just saying. All right, 877-99 on Fox. I think I gave it to him pretty good. If you want to call in and give it to him, or Max in Georgia, give it to me, then call in. Yeah,
all right, let's do it. Max in Georgia, you're on the Odd Couple.
Here we
Fox Sports Radio.
First, Max,
Rob
let me ask you this. Did Rob just text you?
I don't have Max's number.
If Rob had my number, we'd definitely be texting, but that didn't occur. Nah, Chris, I had to get in on this. You know how it is. I love the topic. I just want to say, yes, I think they're overrated. They're probably the most overrated 6-0 team in history, but I think it's based on strictly talent and who they played. I mean, I look at even the Miami game against probably the worst team in the league. He didn't even have 300 yards. He didn't even have more than 2 touchdowns. So he's no doubt in his decline, similar to LeBron James. They're both at the end of their careers. But I wanted to say this, too. Vinatieri, without him, he's in decline, too. He would have been, 3 Super Bowls shy.
Stop it.
Yes,
My
Max.
goodness.
They're both falling apart.
Max is my man right here. My man, Max.
I think this is like Gemini Man. Max is like young Rob Parker or something like that.
Hey, Max, when I come down to Atlanta, man, I got some wings for you.
Max, don't let him take you out to that House of Ill Repute.
No, I wouldn't do that. Come on, stop it. All right, Mike. Mike in New York. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mike?
What's up, two of the greatest of all time?
Wow.
My man. I like Mike already. What's happening, brother?
No, that's true. You guys really, you paved the way. But I got to be honest. Welcome back, Rob.
Yeah!
This is what I've been waiting for.
Yes, sir!
Rob, this is what we paid for, Rob.
I just had a momentary lapse. That's all right. I'm back. I'm back now.
This is why we love you, Rob. And you're 100% correct as always.
Oh,
always.
Matt, let me ask you this, Mike. When you heard Rob say Tom Brady is the guy he go with, do or die situation, what'd you do? What'd you think?
Okay. Chris, at first I was disappointed, but when he told me why, when he said that they didn't have Aaron Rodgers on the list.
They did. He's lying about that.
His name wasn't on the list.
That's what do they call it? When you remake the history?
Revisionist history.
That's what that is.
All right,
he
thanks,
knew he
Mike.
Taken Aaron Rodgers.
Appreciate it. What about Robert in Dayton, Ohio? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What you got?
Oh, yeah, I'm listening to you guys. I had to call in because Ohio, big brown country in Southwest. But on the game last night, big Tom Brady fan, and Rob, he hit 15 consecutive completions.
Yeah, but did he throw a touchdown?
15.
Did he throw a touchdown, Robert? Robert, didn't he fumble twice? He looked like the Tin Man. He couldn't move around. Tom Brady looked awful. Don't be soft soaked over those phony.
And not one throw hit you in the chest.
And you saw when he
was throwing it away, got to be on the ground.
He made a couple of good passes to the Giants. I thought they were good.
When Aaron Rodgers didn't throw a touchdown last weekend.
Did anybody mention Aaron Rodgers?
Rob praised
Nobody.
him. Rob praised
They
him.
went to Dallas and won a big game.
It wasn't a big win last night?
No, over the Giants.
A win is a win.
And Chris, where's Chris? I'm not even taking you to task yet. On your Danny Dimes or whatever, you were praising him. Now tell me, did you watch him last night? He was awful. You smell that? That was Daniel Jones. He was awful last night.
He's a rookie.
Was he awful or not?
He's a rookie playing without all of his weapons. What do you expect against arguably the best defense in the league?
Golden Tate was out there.
My goodness. What do you expect?
Marty in Kentucky, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good. How you?
Marty? Talk some sense into Rob Parker, please.
Well, I'm not going to have to talk sense into him. I'm just going to make him spend some money on some buffalo wings because I'm not going to let him down on this either. Just like your guys on Twitter told you not to let this go.
Right.
Rob
bet, yeah, he bet me they wouldn't make it to the AFC Championship game, and it's looking awful easy right now for them to make that championship game. And I want to, I got to get a number amount here because I want to be able to take enough wings from him to feed the whole crew, inside the glass.
What?
Out.
Ooh,
All on Rob Park.
Hell yeah.
Now take your money.
So what do we need for this to feed the whole Odd Couple crew?
We probably would need like 50.
That's
Yeah,
it.
50 would be
I
good.
want everybody to eat.
So all I would do
Now
is
you
make
got
sure
your crew in Kentucky.
It would
'cause
be-
you're gonna end up being the one to get the wings. So he's gonna send you 50 wings. Is
but it
that
would be it
I
would be
lose, though. I want to feed the whole crew.
all right. That would be nice, Marty, and we'll do it on a Tuesday when it's 2 for 1. So I'm only paying for 25 wings.
See, this is what you're dealing with, Marty.
No wonder Gavin thought I didn't get the hat. I didn't pay for that.
Marty locked you in on that, though. That's good. He's serious about that.
Alfonso in Montana, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Yes, Mr. Parker, Mr. Broussard. Mr. Parker, I don't really know what happened. Maybe somebody stole your bubble gum when you was in elementary, and his name was Tom, so you just don't like any Toms. But
I like that.
to say the man, I can't
Were
wait
you
till he wins the
jogging, man?
What are you doing? You're running? What you
You on
like
the
out of breath?
elliptical or something?
Yeah, I'm walking, but yes, listen, I think we need to give the man his respect, and I'm worried about you, Rob, because this kind of hatred is not healthy for the mind, body, or soul. So maybe you should go to church with Mr. Broussard this Sunday and pray that he does
There
not
you
win
go.
the Super Bowl, because if he does, I'm worried about what's going to happen to you, brother, and I love you, man.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's very nice. I'm just fine. And I tried to take Chris. I'll go to church with Chris if Chris will go with me to Magic City.
See what kind of bet that is? See that?
What?
Ridiculous. Hey, it's the Odd Couple. I'm Chris. He is Rob, and we want to encourage all of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's right. You can listen to us on the radio, and now you can watch us as well, and it's fun.
No question about it. And remember, oh yeah!